Okay, guys, Devo for the day is coming from Genesis chapter 27, starting in verse 41. It says this: Now Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing with which his father had blessed him. And Esau said to himself, The days of mourning for my family are approaching. Then I will kill my brother Jacob. But the words of her elder son Esau were told to Rebekah. So she sent and called her younger son Jacob and said to him, Your brother Esau is consoling himself by planning to kill you. Now therefore, my son, obey my voice. Flee at once to my brother Laban in Haran, and stay with him a while until your brother's fury turns away, until your brother's anger against you turns away, and he forgets what you have done to him. Then I will send and bring you back from there. Why should I lose both of you in one day? So here we see the account of Esau. He's really furious with Jacob. Jacob is just kind of swindling him out of every single blessing. He's swindling him out of his birthright. He's swindling him out of his blessing from his father, right? Esau is upset, and he is planning on killing Jacob. Jacob is on his most wanted list. And so Rebecca, the mom, hears about this, and she sends for her son Jacob, and tells him, hey, you need to go away. You need to leave here as soon as possible, right? Because your brother is about to kill you, and I want you to go to your uncle on my side, and live with him until I call you back. And she said, why should I lose both of my sons in the same day? And when I was reading this, I was like, why would she lose both of her sons? Esau's going to kill Jacob, so she'll still have one son left. But the problem is that once Esau kills Jacob, then somebody else will kill him because of a blood debt, right? I mean, I think there's the avenger of blood, right? Because he's killing an innocent person. Okay, I mean, Jacob's not really that innocent, but in terms of what he's done to him, this is not enough for him to. Esau doesn't really have a leg to stand on, right? In this situation, he should not try to kill his brother. So he'll end up dead too. So they'll essentially, Jacob will be dead, and then Esau will be dead because of the kind of this blood vengeance that they have. And it makes me realize, right? We were talking about before how Jacob has stolen Esau's birthright, and now we're seeing the consequences of what Jacob did to Esau. We're seeing the consequences of Jacob's deception. And the consequences of Jacob's deception is that he had just lost his brother. I mean, his relationship with his brother. He wants to kill him. That's a pretty big consequence. And the other thing is that he is being sent away from his home, right? He's going to a land that he's never been to before. He's being sent away from his home, right? From all the people that he's known, all the people he's grown up with. He's being sent away, right? Essentially into exile, okay, for an unknown number of years. And the next thing we find out is that the consequences of his sin or of his deception, is that actually he never sees his mom again. After this point in time, once he leaves, his mom dies, right? Afterwards, right? She dies, and he never sees her again alive. She is dead by the time he returns. So the person that he is the closest to, which is his mom, he never sees again, right? And this is the cost for his deception, for what he did to Esau, right? His sin found him out in this situation, right? And there's always consequences for sin, right? We might go a while without seeing any of these consequences, but eventually it comes up, right? And it took a while for the consequences of Jacob's sin to find him out, but it did. We have to be careful, all right? We do reap what we sow. I hate saying that because I know about the sin I commit myself, right? I know my own sin. And so when everybody say you reap what you sow, I realize that I'm calling that down on me. But it's the truth. We have to bear the consequences of what we do. And that we do bear the consequences of what we do. We might not see it in the short term, but believe it, those consequences are out there. You might say, I know somebody who never has borne the consequences of your sin. Are you sure? Do you really know all the stuff that they've really gone through? Do you really know their private life? Do you really know everything about them to know that they haven't had any consequences for their sin? You probably don't. You probably don't. You think you do because you see the outside, but you don't see the inside. You don't know everything that person struggles with, right? So we got to be careful, right, about how we live our life, right, and be sure that we live a life that is holy and pleasing to God. So that's the devo for the day.